Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, my name is Misty, and I go to different mom and pop places to eat out and show you guys, so hopefully you go and support them. Usually on the island of Oahu. And before we start, I just wanted to get this video out. If you're wondering, usually I put out my videos every Friday. That I just wanted to say something about Maui and the wildfires, and just to help out, because it's on a time restraint. It's really heart-wrenching, and I have a bunch of friends that live on Maui. Thankfully they're safe, but you know, if you're not from here and you're not sure, this isn't the island I live on. It's another island, and especially the city and town of Lahaina was very affected. The whole town is gone. So if you can imagine, just to put it into perspective, the town of Kailua on my island is about over 9,000 people. That's about the same population in Lahaina. So imagine Kailua totally decimated. No grocery store, no bank, everybody's houses are gone, no restaurants, no hardware store, nowhere to buy clothes. So the ones who survived and ran to safety, that's all they have is the clothes on their back. So getting to the point, I'm just putting it out there. You can donate to whoever you want. I have a friend that's collecting things, and there's 3 drop-off areas, and I'm putting this out right now because the pickup is on Friday. The Air National Guard of Hawaii is going to gather all these things and fly it out for free to the people of Maui because they need it right away. So they would like things such as pillows, blankets, towels. You can even, use clothes because there's nowhere to buy clothes, and underwear and socks and stuff. Dry foods, dry goods, canned foods, things that aren't perishable. Pet food, because, the pets need food too. Water, of course. Diapers for the babies, baby formula, personal hygiene things, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, and other toiletries. So the first pickup area is in the Pearl City area at Hawaii Self-Storage. That's not the one to be confused at Home Depot, because there's a bunch. This is the one across from Neil Blaisdell Park by Burger King on Kahumanu, and there's a Goodyear over there. Call them to schedule to drop off, but drop-off times are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are willing to open up and collect things after hours, but you got to call and schedule that. Or you can message my friend Hoku, who's helping run this at Hoku_Junior on Instagram. I'll put the picture I'm looking at, the flyer, up here so you can see, and also the information in the description box below in case it's hard to remember. In the Mililani area, my friend Hoku will come work with you and pick up stuff at a safe place if you're willing to do that. And on the windward side, the First Baptist Church of Waimanalo on Flamingo Street is having a bin where you can drop off at any time in their carport. So I'll put a Google map there so you can see what I'm talking about, the carport. Just don't be afraid, drive up there, walk into the carport, and there should be a bin with a big sign for donations. So hopefully you guys donate things, and the National Guard will fly it in tomorrow, Friday. They will do a second drop-off, but the time is to be announced on Sunday. So feel free to drop off even after they fly it out, because they're going to do another drop-off. And, like I said, you don't have to donate to the one my friend and me are doing. You can look on Hawaii News Now. They should have a list, I heard, of legit sources to donate to. Hawaii Red Cross. There's, I think, the Hawaii Community Foundation and things like that. Just be careful. Do not get scammed and donate to GoFundMe's, because you don't know where that money is going to. And I'm sure there's tons of other places taking not money type of things. They're just taking goods. And if you're, we're all struggling with money, and it's really hard to give money sometimes for some people, but if you have some used clothing that's clean or towels, they could need that stuff. So that's my little message of today, and whatever you believe in, either pray for them. It's going to take years to recover And I'm sure, not to be a pessimist, but just realistically, I don't think the number is going to be in the 30s. It's going to rise to the hundreds. I think so. I mean, that fire was crazy for a death toll. So pray for these people, their families, their ohana, and I mean, they didn't just lose their job. They didn't just lose their home. They lost their job. I mean, everything's gone. So it's not just Lahaina. The fires are still burning. It's in Kula on the other side as well, and that area. So yeah, I'm praying that the firefighters and they're bringing in military can stop the fires because they're still going, and pray for the first responders. Firefighters are fighting this. It's been over 3 days now, a little over 3 days. And I'm sure they're very tired, and hopefully they make it out safely as well. So going back to the food, I was suggested to go to a place that's kind of fairly new in Wahiawa. It's called Seoul Food. It was suggested by a viewer, Mokuleia Vibes. Thank you very much. I was looking at that on my radar because my friend was posting on Facebook of this place. He's originally from Wahiawa and says this place is legit Dong Yang original stuff. So supposedly the owner is the second owner of Dong Yang. Dong Yang now has new owners. If you watch my second video I ever made in Wahiawa with my friends Fina and Kim, we went to Dong Yang. I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of meatjun, probably because it's too sweet, but most people like it. I think it caters to Americanized tastes. It's so sweet to me. It's like meat candy, and I don't like that. And that's what the Dong Yang to me tastes like right now. But you know, if you're a fan of it, that's cool. People have different taste buds and different likes. I did ask the lady, the auntie there, when we ate there, about the new owners. They said there are no Korean people at all working in Dong Yang. That's what she said. She was honest. So this lady who opened up Seoul Food was the second owner, and she is Korean. So I've never had original Dong Yang, the first or second owner. So I am, you know, excited to try this. So I got the combo plate number 2. You can get a choice of meatjun, barbecue chicken, or spicy chicken, I think, and I think there's spicy pork, I'm not sure. You can look at their menu that people took pictures of on Yelp. The combo number 1 had kalbi, but no meatjun, which is sad because I wanted a combo of kalbi and meatjun, but that is not possible. So let's go dig into this plate. The plate looks pretty delicious and massive. It is pretty nice looking. Get a couple of pieces of meatjun. And if you're wondering and you're not from here, it was pretty much made in, well, let's clarify. People say it was made in Hawaii. I think it's a kimchi restaurant, kimchi 1 or 2, or there's a whole bunch here. But that's not technically true. There is jun in Korea, fish jun and other things. It just means a fried thing. But I think what I'm trying to say is the meat jun that you're tasting, the taste, the sweetness and all that is what was made in Hawaii, because that's not the taste of Koreans in Korea. I don't think they like that sweet stuff. So it's the marinade that makes it Americanized, or from Hawaii anyway, because the meat here is soaked in a very sweet marinade. It's dredged in flour and then dipped in egg, so that's what it is. So it's almost like an opposite type of dredge that we use for fried chicken, doing it the opposite way, with no flour on the breading. So it isn't crispy. It's kind of just very nicely fried to a brown color. So let's taste this without sauce. You may have changed my mind. I'm not a fan of meatjun, but this is freaking good. I am so happy it's not sugary. It's got a little bit of sugar in it, but it's so balanced to me. It's more on the savory side. And if this is what Dong Yang's original meatjun tastes like, then I can see why people are fans. It is just a perfect balance of taste. Savory, umami, sweet, not too sweet. Just so tender, biting into it. The meat isn't tough, so you don't have to, you know, bite and wrangle with it. I know most big guys would probably pop this in one bite, but I have a small mouth, so, but so easy to eat, and you're not like chewing meat bubblegum with tough tendons and junk parts. Very tender, nice flavor, and I like the egg coating. Usually meat jun comes with sauce, so let's dip a piece in the sauce. Looks very just like soy saucy. I'm sure there's other things in there, but if you go to Young's Kalbi and all the different places that are famous for kalbi, sometimes you see little things in there like green onion or like a redness to the sauce, or sometimes you see sesame seeds, but there's nothing in here. It's just soy sauce colored. Again, not too sweet, perfect balance. I like that. Sometimes you get sour vinegar sauce, depends where you go. That one isn't. It's just a perfect balance of savory and sweetness, and it really goes well together. I'm very impressed, I will say. I would eat meat jun from here, and that's coming from a person that doesn't like it. I would probably smash all of this. It's freaking amazing. Let's try it with some kimchi. Here are the sides. You get some kimchi, some veggies. You don't get to pick. It looks like some cabbage, some bean sprouts, and some cucumber. But let's start off with the kimchi. It kind of looks sour, and it's cabbage. It's not wonbok. Yeah, that's good. You always got to pair your Korean meats with some rice and kimchi. Actually, it looks sour, but it's not. I think it's fermented pretty well. I mean, for my taste, I don't like really sour kimchi. I think it's not my thing, but I either like it fresh or just a little bit fermented, so this is perfect. And I like the crunch of the cabbage. Sometimes people don't like cabbage kimchi and they prefer the original wonbok, but I like cabbage kimchi. I like the crunch of it. It's a little bit more crisper than wonbok, and it really soaks all the good flavors of the garlic and the chili pepper. All right. That's my second choice, is the barbecue chicken. It's got some nice char on there, not too burnt to a crisp, because some places like totally char it. Just enough char. They didn't give me a knife, so let's try break it apart. That's the only junk part. So here's a piece. That is probably one of the better barbecue chickens from a Korean takeout place I've ever had. Perfectly seasoned with the marinade. Not too sweet, but you do taste the sweetness there. And it's just got the other savory elements in there, the soy, the garlic, the ginger. Really, really good and super moist inside. Sometimes chicken gets dried out, but usually at Korean places they always use thighs. So it's super juicy. They cut off the fatty parts of the thigh so you don't get any grisly, gross parts. And you get 3 big pieces of thigh, so how can you go wrong? I mean, this is a pretty big, delicious meal. Everything I've had so far has been seasoned perfectly to my taste anyway. And I can't complain. What a lot of food. This would definitely feed a big eater, so you can't complain about the portions. Okay, let's try some of the sides. You can see I pretty much demolished the meat jun already, and I ate 1 piece of chicken. This looks like plain cabbage, probably has sesame seed oil in it. Bean sprouts, same seasoning, salt, sesame seed oil. And then you got some cucumber. Not sure if it's the same seasoning. They all look very plain. That one has vinegar in it. It's a little bit sour, which is nice. It cuts through and gives it a different flavor than the same flavor profiles as these. I will say though, you don't get to choose like other places. Sometimes you can choose corn or the shoyu potatoes. They just give you what you get. That is the downfall, to be honest, of the plate. I think they're all too similar in taste, and it's not that greatly seasoned to me. If anything, it could use a little bit more sesame seed oil, and that's somebody coming from somebody that doesn't really like too much of it. But yeah, it just tastes like blanched vegetables with salt. And you kind of taste the sesame seed oil, but it's very, very faint. So yeah, the sides aren't so good to me as a part Korean, but it's okay. It's not terrible, but I think they could do better. If you're wondering how much this plate lunch for combo 2 is with your choice of 2 meats and the sides and some rice, it is quite expensive. It's $19.95, but if you go to any other place, Gina's, Young's Kalbi, And I'm not so sure about Yummies anymore. I don't even go there. But, you know, Korean takeout, Soons, they're all very expensive. And it's just the way it is. So, but you know what? For the taste and the portion, the price is okay with me. I would come back here again, definitely. That was some good stuff. So good, so delicious, and not that nasty meat candy that I don't like. So come on down to Seoul Food and try it out. I only got one plate. I was actually going to review or showcase their Korean fried chicken bowl. They had like bowls with Korean fried chicken, but they said they don't sell it anymore, even though they just kind of opened. I guess because they're really short on staff and Korean fried chicken takes a long time to make, so they stopped serving it. So I hope in the future, when things get better and they get more staff, that they can bring it back, because I do love me some crispy Korean fried chicken and I'd like to taste it. If you're wondering where this is in Wahiawa in the shopping center with El Taqueria, and it's between Goodwill and Foodland. Plenty of parking, unless you're going at peak shopping hour where people from Wahiawa are shopping at Foodland, but you know, you can find a spot nevertheless. And they have a few seats outside, but very limited outdoor seating. Mostly people just order and take out. I went a little bit after opening, and there was nobody there at first, and then after, oh my god, all these people came, like tons. I'm not kidding, like tons of them. And it did take a while to make my food, but they make it to order, and they were getting slammed. So I could only imagine your food would probably take way longer when there's a long line. So I suggest, if you're in a rush, to call it in so that the food's ready and then go pick it up. And thank you to Mokuleia Vibes for suggesting this place. I really appreciate it. It was very tasty. I was not disappointed at all. So go check it out. I will leave their information in the description box below if you're interested, and also like I said, the information for donations for the island of Maui. And thank you for listening, and I hope you can donate something, even if it's something small, a couple of cans of canned food, or you know, a blanket or something. And you know, every little bit helps, and it's good to see the community getting together and helping everybody out. So I really appreciate you trying to listen to me blab about it, and I just hope as time goes by things get better. And I will see you next week, and I hope you all have a blessed weekend and take care of yourselves. And if you like this, press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you found this helpful, and I will see you next week. Peace out. Take care.